I believe I took the worst path around this building just now. Oh, this looks like a front gate. Hanse base. You are nearing the base of operations of an outlaw gang known as a Hanse. Be particularly wary and prepare for a tough fight. These bandits are well organized and when attacked might call for help from neighboring camps. To prevent this, kill bandits running with torches towards signal fires. Your goal is to kill the Hanse's leader. I've never... Is this a scenario that was in the main game, or is this only in the DLC? Because I've never seen this before. I don't think I have. I think I've seen people running to alert people before with the torches, but we'll figure it out. Howdy, folks! You burn now. Ow, there's the archer. There's the obligatory archer. Wait, where is he? Oh, maybe that guy? Oh, I see him now. Don't want to be surprised by that. Alright, damage taken already. Gotta be careful about this. Oh man, they're crowding. Thankfully, every time I cast this, I heal a little bit. Is that guy gonna draw his bow again? Probably. Dealt with that. Let's get Quen back up. How many more people are left? All the people that currently know where I am seem to be downed. Wait, was that all of them? Oh no, there's more of them up here. We'll get to the quarter in a moment. We need to deal with the enemy occupying force. Because screw these guys. Hello. I like that there was like a talk option, as if they're going to be communicative in that way. Come on around this corner. It's so nice if you'd all ferry together like this. It really just comes in handy. It's a testament to the cooperation that mankind can have with one another. You see me cooking bandits. Tonight we die on bandit stew. Did I say die or dine? Doesn't matter. I can mess up all these lines and no one can ever know because everyone, all the witnesses are dead. And on fire, so their bodies can't be identified by modern science. Sweet. Does that guy have a bow? He's got a sword out there. Alright. Just keeping an eye on distant enemies to make sure they're not shooting arrows at me. Gibbering! That guy's like, gibbering gallbladders! Oh, no. Those are dogs. That could get me in trouble. Damn it. So someone, I must have missed the guy that alerted new guys. So many bandits. So many bandits. Oh my god. This is silly. You guys are silly. I should probably feel bad. I'm killing like 30 people. Just because I want to get some Witcher gear upgraded. But in my defense, they're idiots and attacking me. So, they really brought it upon themselves. Geralt really is just a force for good for his entire neighborhood when he visits these places. Look at this. I'm taking out like 100 bandits. No one's gonna keep up with my tally this time. Dance for me. Dance for me. Oh, nope. You join them now. Because you missed. That was your one chance. Yep. 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 Execution! Oh, no decapitation. I thought that was what we were building towards. Seems that that's the escape spot. There's so many of them. I just actively don't want to deal with looting them all, to be honest. There's so many. Oh my god. There's even dogs in this pile. Oh, there's more of them downstairs, too. Oh, there's more dogs. Why do you have to... How many dogs do I have to barbecue today? I didn't want that to be part of today's schedule. Burning four-legged animals just feels bad the whole time. Because they just writhe around and hop. They just kind of writhe around and hop a bit. Like, the jaguars are a little more clever in that they'll roll around, but the dogs mostly just prance a little bit. Except instead of being playful and joyful, they're on fire. And they just don't have any reaction to being on fire. There's nothing you can do about that at that point. Now are you all dead? Or do I still have to keep killing people? Because I'm tired of all this, like, murder at some point? If I could just take a break. Ooh. We haven't seen one of those for a while.
Something here. Where's that artifact Kira gave me?
We haven't seen that for a while. I don't think I can even equip it from here. I have to go to the main menu and I have to search for it for a while. When was the last time we used you? You'd be under quest items, I believe. Alright, lantern. We'll get some good use out of you today. Is that the magic lamp? Gotcha. Alright, what is our secret to be earned? Oh. That wasn't the lamp. That wasn't the lantern at all. The lantern is how you see ghosts. My bad. Well, I'm gonna walk in there with it anyway, because it's spooky. It's kind of like a funny, spooky flashlight in this situation. This is actually kind of creepy. Yeah, I mixed up the different relics, I guess. That was a different one that opens up secrets, isn't it? I don't think it's the lantern. Ooh. Fantastic. More rune stones for the collection. Anyone down here? Seems to imply that the leader, if he's still alive, is probably upstairs, not down here. They might have even called in more enemies while I was gone. But this is my primary goal. Oh yeah, those are the sounds of movement. They might be upstairs now. Alchemist powder, Quicksilver solution, blue to red. No game, I'm trying to make blue, not turn everything that's already blue into other things. Look at this detailed location. Red to green. Ooh, pink armor dye. All of this just for the specific situation of either completionists or people who specifically want the cyan intensity gear. You forgot to show me the note game. It didn't I don't think it popped up as a prompt. Fragment of a stage play. I don't think it's here. Supplies invoice, we've seen those too. Whoops. Usually the note pops up as something I can click on, and it didn't this time. And I don't know how to find it because it's got a super generic name of like, I'm a note, and nothing else really. Hello, button? Well, this place is downright freaky, isn't it? We'll get to those elven ruins over there in a moment. It's like a distillery? Possibly for mutagens, honestly. I believe you've seen most of these before. Hey, cheese! I'm sure that's safe to eat. The Elder Blood. That's a reoccurring book for sure. Due to its direct relation to Ciri, among other things. And this is just a way to loop back around to where I came from. Alright. Let's keep pressing forward. We'll see what's in this final hallway down here. Oh yeah, you can see enemies upstairs in that general direction again. They might have called in more reinforcements. Or it might just be ones I'd never found the first time. Oh yeah. Here's our place. What do you have for me? Maro's journal. Lots of books. Oh no, these aren't Witcher diagrams. Just something about golems. Yeah, objective, read Maro's notes. I was about to read Maro's note. I was waiting for it to pop up. Why'd they stop? They used to pop them up all in a row, I thought. Now they're only popping up like one of them at a time. It's actually actively annoying because they have to search for it. Here we go. 12th of September, 1121. I've received confirmation Jerome has arrived and is staying at Fort Ussar. I am so giddy with anticipation I cannot continue my work, yet I must try to calm myself and see through my plan. Next day, he arrived quite unexpectedly, right after dusk. He has changed a great deal. He is thin, wiry, all covered in scars. He was, of course, furious. I brought him here under false pretexts. But what choice did I have? One day, he will be a father himself, and he will understand what drives me. I opened a portal in my study, and brought Jerome to my lab. In doing so, I exhausted my activation crystal, but luckily, I have a spare. I gave the lad some time to think things over, for I'd rather do all this with his willing participation. Meanwhile, I shall prepare the apparatus. I have a feeling I'll need to replace the table's old leather straps. That's concerning. Don't know if I like the context there.
Somewhere via portal.
Can I also open this? This seems to imply that I can interact with it right here. The wall? Maybe not? Alright, we'll focus on this for now.
Now to activate the portal. See where it drops me.
Power crystal, go! Alright, right back to the yard sign. It's a surprising bit of revisiting old things here. Oh, that's the wall. Okay, that makes way more sense. So there's a surprising amount of overlap between this and stuff we've done in the past, in that this all, how do I put it? So let's grab our torch real quick. When I was reading through the journals trying to find the one that I was specifically needed for this quest, I noticed that this is Maro again. Maro's the same person that set that weird trap in that previous temple where I needed to press various stone plates along the wall so that they would move and I would be able to go through a trap, like one of the first main quests, I think. So Maro gets around apparently. Hi. That explains why I said golem, man's best friend stuff back there. Alright. I'm sure we'll get along great. We're not gonna get along great. I'll try to slow him down, at the very least. Oh. Alright, let's figure this out real quick. Glossary, bestiary. What is the category of a golem? Are you an elementa? Yes, you are. Alright. I figured as much. Let's pop on an elementa oil. So we're not going to be doing much burning of the, of a giant rock monster. Elementa, where yada. Agroid, Elementa, 25%. It's something. Something to add to the pool a little bit. Alright. Okay, I'm a little weirded out that hit me at all, but fine. Alright. Might be able... Well, first of all, Quen, because he hit me. But, might be able to stagger him with art a little bit. Somewhat questionable usefulness. I can prolong my combo a little bit by doing a few attacks, then staggering him, and doing the next few attacks, basically. Yep, that actually works really well. Got him. Any backup?
Can finally see something. Maro kept Jerome here. Need to look around.
He kept Jerome here. Also, this specific golem has its own page, apparently. So he's a special one, Maro's golem. Long years of solitary study tend to make mages somewhat eccentric. As the years pass, lay people begin to irritate them more and more. They are dense, unreliable, disobedient, and determined not to understand the gravity of mages' work. They display emotion when they should show discipline and self-mastery. No wonder mages have long considered the best companions to be artificial constructs they themselves bring to life, and designed to follow their rules and meet their needs. Professor Maro was no exception in this regard. His golem was dutiful servant and companion, in good times and bad. Maro's golem was also an excellent guardian, massive, unyielding, and devilishly strong. All in all, he was a tough nut for a witcher to crack. He wasn't too bad. Apparently the weakness points were elemental oil and dimeridium bomb. Never entirely sure what to call that one. I forget what it does oftentimes too, which is probably a problem, honestly. Blocks magic and special abilities. What abilities did he have besides... I guess maybe it just disrupts the golem altogether because it's made of magic? Because it didn't seem to have magic abilities for me to block specifically. Just kind of seemed to exist. Anything around here? Alright, can't walk up these stairs. It's literally impossible. There we go. Weird problem to have. Anyone else down here? This might be it. That might be no more foes. Grandmaster Griffin trousers, that's one. Animal. I just became over-encumbered from that, of all things. Silver sword, that's a big deal.
Back of the diagram. Note.
There's notes in the back of the diagram. Paralyzing spells worn off, but portals still active, meaning I'm still stuck here. Too bad I left most of my stuff back at Fort Usar. Without my gear, I stand no chance of escaping. I think I'm going to die in this place. He took my swords, took anything that could be used as a weapon. Even got to write this letter on the back of a diagram. But before I die, I want to tell you one thing. You're a madman, and always have been. A cruel, cold-blooded murderer. I haven't felt anything for you for a long time. Anything but hate. I'm done with you, and I hope you pay for your crimes one day. Jerome. That's specific. I haven't felt anything for you in a long time. I wonder if they were involved.
Maro eventually came to terms with his son being a witcher. A grim tale. But I came for the diagrams. Should be somewhere around here.
That's what's going on. Whoopsie, my bad. Yeah, we're talking about the guy who locked up his son. So we found out about this guy as part of the first of all, let's drop. Why do I even have this? A blunt axe? That's one way to fill up your inventory with nonsense, huh? I gotta have worse items. Yeah, we have guardsman swords. So a long time ago, when we were investigating the place Yennefer sent me to, I believe, we had to deal with the fact that this guy had developed more and more powerful research, like that mutagens and everything. Like that's how I have access to the crazy second tier of stuff, and all this weird sphere grid of mutagens that I have access to around here. But the guy he did this on accident, more or less. He was trying to cure his son of being a witcher at all, and apparently he locked him up here. So that's why he was so mad about him being that's why he was so mad to be invited here under false pretenses. He was trapped here as a trick. That's awful. That renews my memory of the names, though, at least. Tourney armor. Got the whole set. Sure sounds like something else is bad around here, though. What are those sounds we're hearing? Is this connected to a place I've been to before, perhaps? Let's listen. There's something around here. I'd sure like to find out what's around. But also, I've got to get rid of this armor. Alright, got a bit more inventory space. Got a checkpoint saved for myself. Let's take a look around. This is connected to stuff. There's a monster in here. Hopefully this is, okay, cool. I was a little worried that was gonna not be a pool, but some fog. And if it was fog, that was gonna hurt. So where are we? What kind of monsters are nearby? Oh, hello. Toussaint color guardsman's boots. Some other pieces of equipment. Dimeridium oil, or lots of crowns. Speleologist's diary. I have never seen that word before. What is that? My expedition to the Amel Mountains was a success, but I cannot wait to visit Toussaint. That is a land sculpted for grotto gropers. The Gorgon foothills and the slopes of Mount Crane are places where I shall be able to find dozens of exploration sites. The endless caverns carved out of that volcanic rock will assure me material to study for months to come. Incredible. I cannot find a single spot fit for study. The matter should be simple, for Tough is usually uninhabited, but all these grottos are either full of monstrosities or have been bought up by copper-pinching wine merchants scheming to fill every cave with their hideous barrels. Blast, I must find a cicerone, a local guide of some sort who will show me some completely unoccupied cavern. A certain Luc Vente, I'll skip on that one, whom I encountered in San Sebastian, has enticed me with promises of a fabulous cave. You won't regret it, Master Garrick, in which there are no greedy grape hoarders nor any monsters. Tomorrow, we shall set out to the Blesher Forest, but before embarking, I invited my guide to a supper at the pheasantry. We will be spending several days together after all, and I'd like to get to know him better. Luck turned out to be a picky gentleman. The chef de cuisine served us veal cutlets and garlic sauce and Gissen bean soup. Look, however, asked for pancakes and red wine, making excuses about an inborn distaste for garlic. He also didn't touch the silver cutlery, explaining something about an allergy and making use of his own wooden set instead. Despite these oddities, he made for quite an interesting company, and we chatted over a bottles to be precise, of wine until late in the night. Something tells me there will soon be much talk of the Voti Gerek Luk Veneki duo in the world of speleologists. Nope, he's a vampire and you're dead now. Whoops. How'd that pan out, huh? Yeah. Garlic and silver. You think with how dangerous this whole world is, there would be enough people that just shy away from somebody mentioning having issues with garlic or silver. Is that a ritual with it seems to be like an effigy or a vial on it. Was he must have been used as sacrifice. Or maybe this is just the home and they have creepy stuff they do around here. They had a good old time. Let's try to get our way out of here before something goes wrong. Ooh! Okay, hi, I found the vampire. Hi. There's a few of them, as it turns out. Oh! Ooh! We're having a good time. We're having a good time. Alright, I believe I have found the vampires. Let's go ahead and put that vampire oil on. I'm not even doing quests anymore. This is just this is just environment storytelling all around me of like, I'm just in a place. How do they even find the time to make all this stuff is what I'm baffled by. Because the game's not even that old. At some point, this is just shocking. Like, the main game's not even that old, and this is the second expansion to it. Ow. The pain is real. I feel the pain. Whoa. Whoa. Some sort of very strong concussive blast just happened. Okay. What the hell are these guys? What's their deal? Because they seem really dangerous, actually. I think are they fletters? They're classified as lesser vampires, though weaker than the rest of their ilk in every respect, from the physiomagic to the physiognomic. They should never be underestimated, for they are very, very dangerous. Pledgers cannot be mistaken for any other creature, with their wide, toothy jaws, flat, unpleasant faces, and completely hairless, often warty bodies. These vampires mainly fight with their teeth and claws, flailing them blindly and not stopping, even when their victim is already dead. Even a solitary fledger, or fleeter, fledder? I don't know, there's no G, is strong enough to take down a trained soldier. Compared to other vampires, fledgers display meager intelligence, seen most clearly in the mindless rage which causes them to try with all their might to attack and tear to shreds any weaker being. Vampire oil and black blood poison, right? Because if they attack me, it'll do damage right back on them. I just need to burn one of them, damn it. That would really help. And if I can slow them down at all with this stuff, that would also be helpful. Damn. They're not friendly, and I keep accidentally not selecting Igni correctly. Why can't I burn you? Wait, did I not select Igni again? Weird, it's like I couldn't change my spell. Maybe they're not... I can't tell what they are. That is a fleeter. Alright, one of them is. I don't know what the other one is. Why can't... Wait, I'm weirdly having trouble changing my spells. I can't... The other one was a Garacon? I can't quite tell. One issue with this game is that you can only really see names above people's heads, and a lot of the fights have been in caves and dark places, and the enemies are moving around relatively rapidly, so it's hard to read their names sometimes. I don't think I've encountered this type of enemy before. Nope. Not friendly. Not friendly, but I got the fire spell off now. I was having issues earlier where I was opening the menu to switch to fire, but somehow not switching to fire. And that was bad for me, but these guys are very flammable vampires. So once I started getting this spell off, we're better off. Alright, so it was 2 vampires. That explains some of my confusion. About why they didn't seem to quite match up. So what is a Garcane? So many enemy types in this game! So many! Gale, Garcanes. Ooh! Ew! I wouldn't even associate that with a vampire. It looks like a necrophage of some kind, aside from the Fang issue, of course. Blood on the ceiling, guts on the walls must be a Garcane. So they're known for throwing gore everywhere, apparently. Makes sense with all those jumps they were doing to me. Garcanes, like Fledgers, belong to a class of particularly dangerous vampires whose strength exceeds even that of fiends. An encounter with one of their number almost always ends in death, which is why there are not many eyewitness accounts of them. From the city guard reports written up in Lan Exeter, describing the attacks committed in that city in 1104 by the 3 Garcanes, later killed by a certain Oliver of Goulet, Witcher. It seems these horrible monsters do not content themselves with drinking the blood of their victims. The investigators concluded that the blood and guts strewn around the crime scene that Garcanes tear the victims to shreds with great delight and muck about in their bloody entrails. Well, that doesn't make sense. Also gross, freaky monster. But, the body we found was whole. He seems just fine. He looks like, in fact, he's got blood on the neck like you'd expect, and that's it. He looks like somebody just drank his blood. I guess that makes sense though, because he would have been lured here by a higher vampire, because they were having a dinner party and everything. So, it's just a coincidence these other vampires are here, or maybe he kept vampires. Either way, we haven't found the guy who actually lured that dude in here. We just found those other vampires around. And it's nighttime. And so we wander out of the entrance of a monster den, having wandered in a secret passage. Wow. Wow. So we had multiple encounter with Slizards in the area. Did we start all the way up there? We did. I never took out the leader technically, so we'll keep going. Let's maybe meditate a little bit. It's dark right now. Wow. So today, in my quest to find recipes or blueprints for my next tier of equipment for my build, I wandered into a Slezard on my way to a location where where the blueprints were supposed to be kept. And along the way, I then found the stuff, but then encountered a 3-part Slezard, multiple, mating season boss fight with a nest. Then found a place of power, went along the ridge and caverns to the next building where the rest of the recipes were supposed to be had. Found evidence we found an entire building that was been taken over by an entire bandit group, and it had to deal with the bandit invasion combat for the first time ever. That's another dragon type. God damn. Cleared those guys out, went to the basement through a secret passageway, multiple secret passageways technically, found the conclusion to the Maro storyline about his relationship with his son, and any deaths that may have ultimately come from that, and the idea that the Witcher was ultimately locked in there and left for dead. But then that itself had another secret passage that led to another cave, and in that cave there was another location where a vampire had lured somebody in there to feed on them. And wow, that's also a dragon over there too. And now we're here. This is, and I still haven't cleared the bandit problem out. Wow, we're having a day today, aren't we? How do I get inside? I took the wrong way around, didn't I? Again. Can I just climb a wall around here? Take a shortcut? Damn it. Should have gone the other way around the castle. Oh, no, this might be a way in. Oh, come on, how is this not a way in? I can clearly see inside. Ah, alright. Should have stayed on the horse in this case. Shh, this might be a path? Come on. Come on. Just climb on over. Geralt. Geralt, be a big boy. Alright, fine. Ooh, that sounded like it hurt. But for once it didn't. Are you gonna be a problem? What are you? What are you, a wyvern? I can't see your name because it's tiny red text on the screen. It's basically the most unreadable color. Not sure why they didn't just make it white on black at some point. It's all stubby looking, isn't it? Like its body looks almost like it's half as long as it's supposed to be. Might just be fat. Not sure. Can I go around this way without falling? Answer appears to be no. Gonna have to find a way around to the front entrance. Is Wyvern gonna be a problem? The thing about these guys is you can never quite tell if they're aggroing on you or not. But they're so far away you can't do much about it. Alright, this time we're just going to try to go straight for the leader, because that didn't pan out last time. I found my objective, but not the leader. But he should be somewhere upstairs. Oh, they are all back. What, do they fucking respawn? Like, I mean, literally they do, but I mean, what did they, like, in lore, like, how'd they get a whole other crew here? You think they'd be rather short on them at some point. They're rather slow on the pursuit, aren't they? Are you the leader? You're fire now. You're all on fire. Oh my god, this is a crowd. Ow! Oh my god, please don't crash the game. I'm slightly worried that we might tax the system. Oh my god. Ow. Oh, there's an archer in there. He must be punished. Oh my god. This is no joke. That's so many dead. This is silly. Just come out, leader. So many people are dying because of you. All you have to do is come on out. All the gore can end. Anything important here? Probably not. How do I even go up from here? Do I climb over there? Oh, there comes more. Trying to look around for a surprise. Ow. Dick. I see you there. You're not surprising me. Get that shield back up. Just gonna have to clear you all out before I can find out how to navigate this environment. Wow, there's a lot. I'm very thankful for my fire spells. This has to be actively like a pain in the ass to fight as a melee character, right? This many melee opponents at once. It's like they just keep coming. Whew. Alright. Let's look around. Oh, that looks promising. There's a ladder. Couldn't pick it out in the environment at the moment, but here we go. I think more are spawning still, too. Are you the leader? You're a bandit at the very least. Whoopsie! Yeah, I love the delayed reaction from shield users. There's like that extra moment it takes for them to realize they're on fire, because they have to finish their shield knockback animation. There we go. Hey, you're just some guy, too. Where is the leader at? Trying to fix a local problem here. Are people cheering around here? I think I heard cheering. There's so many dead around here. It's a bad time to cheer, honestly. And then I chopped them into little pieces. The end. Oh, leader. Mr. Hanse. Or guy who qualifies as leader of Hanse. Oh, here's a ladder. A lot of ladders around here, huh? Hey, big guy. Everyone's dead because of you.
How I enjoy a good
Filbert Fourfingers, the almighty and the tough. You'll never take him on. He is the most badass of all the bandits in the badass land, which is why on the hardest difficulty you just light him on fire and he's dead. The end. Ooh, are those explodable? Is that explodable? Explode the crate, explode the crate. Do it, do it, do it. Yes! That's the best case scenario. I was so happy when I saw that barrel, which I was calling a crate for a moment. Ooh, alcohol. Those are all useful things. Well, this man's is taken care of. Or Hanse. Ooh. 2 diagrams and a journal bound in worn leather.
I am Philibert von Witten, my crest, a rook, my father, the famed Sir Gruber Palecheeks von Wittem. Today, I was smeared by an insult, which only blood can wipe clean. Rage burns my entrails. Writing this is the only way I know to calm these flames. When I am an old man and read these notes, I believe a certain Maximus Nonius Macrinus will be long dead. A pitiful memory. For now, however, he lives. Why do I write about this? A few days ago I challenged him to a duel. To the death. He had been drooling over my Lucien, and I could not bear it. He proved to be a better swordsman than I, but that was not the worst. A lost finger is nothing compared to a lost honor. Maximus defeated me, yet instead of killing me, he spared my life. Never shall I forget the faces of the men who turned their eyes from me then. I know I shall never know peace until I have dealt with him. A dozen or so blank pages. That's weird to just sort of skip ahead like that. I have found the journal which I was given... Oh, it's a different person's journal, apparently. I have found the journal which I was given by my father several days ago. During the time I last held it, much has occurred in my life. I have fled Toussaint, and I sought my fortune in various places, with varied success. The worst, however, is that my hand has yet to grasp Maximus's throat. I know it is only a matter of time. So it's not a different person, just way later. He, just lost the journal for a while. I decided to return to that botched duchy. We have pitched camp on Mont Crane. I've carefully selected a band of men who will not flee from any task, any foe. The Toussaint which once forced me to run will now repay me in full. The highest price, however, shall be paid by Maximus Nonius Macrinus. Macrinus? When I get my hands on him, he will dream of one thing: death. I've got the harlot's bread. He's lording it up at Castle Dacia Estate. He was given it by the sudden tart Anoretta. Seems Duke Raymond's been dead for a few years. Tomorrow my lads will pay him a visit. I shan't go with them, however. The very thought of having to see his maggoty face again makes me ill. Farewell, Maximus. I have signed your death warrant. I'm delighted. Maximus and his family now rot. Their stench is a delight to stray mutts. Whenever I close my eyes, I see them perish. See them scream, moan, and grovel. That makes my dinger stand firmer than even the curviest harlot could. I am at last satisfied, because just corpses really turn him on, apparently. Not really the sentence I need to know, but thank you for that, I guess. Take that, random candle. This is where he's been sleeping it out, huh? Ooh, oh no. I feel like I should be concerned that he has so many spoons, specifically. Maybe it's just for eating. But whenever I see spoons show up, I just feel like somebody is somehow involved here in a nasty way. Because we've had plenty of reason to think that that guy's up to no good. And I wouldn't be surprised to just continually find more and more evidence that Von Everett has been involved in things. I wouldn't be surprised if I went back and played the main game and suddenly found evidence. Look at him cross-legged. I wouldn't be surprised if I played the main game again and suddenly found evidence of that character's existence and interference that I never would have been able to pick up on before playing the DLC. And knowing them, like, they could have been clever enough to include it even before the DLC was ever made. Lots of a lot of items can be picked up here. The bandits were busy. They collected many riches. I'm mostly going for anything that seems to qualify as something I could craft armor and weapons out of, because if I pick up everything, we're gonna have some space problems soon. Have fun, ravens and crows and whatnot. There's a lot of carrion in this here keep. Well, this is a journey well done. I think it's a good time to call my particular quest to a bit of a... Oh, there's still a guy over there, I guess. I'm about ready to call this quest to a close, though. And we'll proceed on to some other venture next. What is happening? Well, I'd say that put a satisfying cap on everything. A Hanse's reign of terror has ended. You've destroyed a Hanse's base and killed its leader. What the fuck? Who the hell can read that fast?